day. Alright, I'm here. Hopefully everybody's here. Hopefully. I'm hoping. Where do we start? Where do we start here? Where do we start? That's the big question. Where do we start? Alright, let me find my place here. Yeah, that's the one. Select. Okay. I am live right now. Alright. I wish YouTube could change the way they do things so that I can have this live stream prepped ahead of time instead of like it's doing. Alright. Let me hop over here real quick. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's here. Then I'm going to read the comments. I got papers flying everywhere. Let me just do this one more thing here. And, wow, YouTube keeps asking me to turn on two-step verification. Why? I don't want to do that. I already have, like, other ways to verify things. I don't want to combine my phone number with all these different accounts. Not happening. We got to figure something else out. Alright, okay. Okay, we're here. Let me go find. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy to start a live stream like this. YouTube, fix your shit. Fix it. Fix it. Come on. Fix it. It doesn't allow me to plug and share a live stream link until after the live stream has started, which is ridiculous because I like to be able to let everybody know that I'm starting a live stream ahead of time. It's ridiculous. All right, we have David out here. How you doing, David? Christopher, how you doing? Fawn, Elizabeth, Susan, Michelle, Diane, Lori, Sharon, Kathy. What's going on? As you know, things have been haunting me lately. I mean, what a crazy choice of words, but really, it really explains what's going on. It really does. Some of you guys were commenting, thinking that maybe there's ghosts that have something to do with what's happening with the house I sold. Like, that there's some force, some paranormal force that is trying to derail a contract. You know, it's trying to complicate things as if some kind of force does not want the house to be owned by someone else. This is an overwhelming like vibe that I've been getting. But you know, you ever feel these kinds of vibes, like when you try to get something accomplished in life and you always feel like there's this force or something trying to stop you from doing certain things, something's trying to hold you back, something's in the way, there's like an obstacle, there's always some kind of complication or event or something that happens that just tries to derail something. I feel like I'm dealing with some kind of force. I don't know if it's paranormal. I only say that because of some of the comments that I had read suggesting that it could possibly be something paranormal that is creating these situations. Now, I've made it clear that I was trying to steer away from anything that was paranormal. And there was a huge disappointment with a lot of people, like, hey, you know, we really like the paranormal. And like I said, I do want to do that kind of stuff. I do want to do. I do want to do. Does that sound right? I do want to do it. It sounds like I need to go back to school. Maybe I need to go back and talk to my English teacher. Don't even know what I just said. I'm lost. Maybe I'm haunted. Maybe my brain's haunted. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. We're all dealing with some crap right now, aren't we? Like, crap's thrown our way. Like, we got a bunch of monkeys all around us, just slinging left and right. Anyway, here we are doing a live stream. Hey, Pastor Rick, Lee, how are you doing? Hope all is well. I'm still amazed that I actually guessed how many years your anniversary was. Like, I said 32, and bada boom, and I was like, whoa, I'm blown away. Rachel, what's happening? Denise. Oh, Deborah, what's up? Melissa. So here's what's going on. I have not uploaded in a while. I haven't even done a live stream in a while. Because life comes at me. Life comes at all of us. We don't always have time to do things, but I feel like this big hurdle, we've come onto the other side. Remember what I was saying? That I wasn't going to talk about much until things were settled. Well, things have happened and things have been settled in a very professional way. I stay professional. I keep my composure. I stay calm. Considering the circumstances, considering the amount of damage to my property, considering the amount of neglect that has led me on a path which I have to take, because in order to make this situation that I'm trying to get myself out of work, things have to be in a certain condition. Try selling a home when you had termites introduced into your property, ants, and damage to the HVAC system, the HVAC, I'm stuttering, and water damage in the ceiling because of that, and the things that were addressed. Now there's patch-ups and things that need to be fully addressed. So where do we stand from here? Now, that's the biggest question. And I cannot afford to have something in limbo. I cannot afford to have something just sitting on standby without it being occupied and some kind of income coming in from the occupancy, whether it's a rental situation or a sale. Now, I went down the road of rent to own with the buyers, which in the beginning, everything seemed to be going fine. Everything was like, hey, it's a lease purchase, 1 year agreement. This is perfect, good offer. My realtor, is a friend of mine, and there was people that were interested in the house, and it didn't even hit the actual market before I got multiple offers, because it was like word of mouth from the realtor to people that were in line looking for a specific property. Looking for a specific kind of property, that is, kind of home. And it's kind of like a little bidding war before it actually hit the mainstream, you know what I mean? So I was like, wow, I got a gold mine. But now the housing market is starting to die down a little. Homes are staying for sale longer. That's becoming more of an anxiety-inducing situation that I'm finding myself being part of now. Because just when I thought everything was working out, this obstacle had derailed what was signed. The contract is now null and void. Everything has been taken care of amicably. I can't even speak. Why is it I can't even say a freaking word that I know how to spell? Amicably. Smack me in the face. I haven't slept in like a week. I have been going non-stop. I have family that's worried about me. I have friends that think I am ignoring them. There are so many things going on, and I'm not trying to be that person, but when I get overwhelmed with everything that's happening, it's like I don't even have time to even talk to someone who's like right in front of me. But now here I am, because things have been settled. It's been a very rough, ongoing situation. And like I said, I left a home, I sold a home, did a lease purchase agreement, and the house has been known to be haunted based on the experiences that I've had in there, based on the experiences that members of my family have experienced in that house. it has been confirmed that there is something there that has been haunting, and something that just has some kind of energy. Now, I know when I made videos, there was some content out there that really just exaggerated the situation, but hey, that's part of the creativity of YouTube, and we've been down that road, and I've discussed those things, so I made it clear to what my intentions have been when it came to content. So, ever since selling the house and doing this whole lease purchase agreement, like, I just totally regret that I took the higher offer and done it that way instead of just selling it straight out. I made a commitment that I was going to be as transparent as ever on YouTube, and that I was just not going to be getting into all these characters and just confusing everybody and taking you on this confusing kind of sketch or journey or skit or whatever it may be, because sometimes I kind of used to mix a lot of those things together, and you get like reality mixed in with this, and it's all confusing. And I told you I just wanted to be straightforward with you, and I have been, and I've been telling you as things have been happening. I've been trying to tell you as much as I can, but certain things I can't say until things have taken place. There's some legalities, of course, and I just don't want people pointing fingers, and then they say, hey, well, you can't say this and you can't say that, unless you have proof about this or proof about that. People get upset. If you call them a house wrecker and you don't have a way to validate or prove that they are, and then they're like, well, you can't say that I am unless you can prove I am, and then when things are done and settled and the evidence is there upon you, and then you finally have the right to say that without feeling like, without putting yourself in a situation of, well, you're just ruining their name, because when they actually are and the truth comes out, then you cannot be held liable for the truth spoken. So that would, oh, you can't do that. Now you ruined my life. Like, not you, but the person who was in the contract made a choice. Now, I can freely speak about it because everything that I'm speaking is the truth, and it's also my opinion, and I won't see anything that would hurt their reputation, because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not the kind of person that's going to throw someone under the bus. I'm not the kind of person who's going to fabricate something about somebody and make them off to be a bad person or a worse person than they really are. I'm gonna be like right to the point, and I'm going to be as specific as I can to some extent. All right. Let me get here and read some comments. See who's out here. It's crazy night for me. I've been going non-stop. I've been stuck in traffic. I've been doing a lot of driving. I've been doing so many things, and I will keep you up to date. I got a lot of footage to upload. Hey, Tina Green, how you doing? Nice to see you hopping in here. Yeah, I know I got some messages to catch up on, and I also. There's some other people out there. Hey, I'm trying to catch up with some comments and everything. I will do the best I can to catch up on some comments. It's like I have been so wrapped up in everything that I haven't had, yesterday I had breakfast at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had lunch at like 10 o'clock at night. So, and then I was going to bed at like 4 in the morning. This is getting out of hand. And so, finally, after all these restless nights, it's starting to kind of help a little bit. I think getting past that situation, that hurdle, it helps me get back on track to where I need to be, and then we got to move forward, and I got to take some steps to make things right, so that I know that I'm picking up someone else's mess. I'm cleaning up for somebody else. I'm cleaning up after somebody else. My house was damaged. I got to fix things. Certain things have been addressed. Some responsibilities have been addressed. It's the way it is. So, hey, Ryan Bellis, thank you so much for hanging in here in a live stream. Been a member for 11 months. Holy crap. Wow. Big time Collins. Hey, what's happening? Susan, Christopher, Sylvester Lett. Hey, Yolanda. Pastor Rick Lee up here. Tina G in the house. Ron Renarski, Judy, Dreyer, Fawn, Elizabeth. Guys, it's nice to have you here in this live stream. I normally don't do live streams on this Rolling With Me channel. I usually do them on Up to Speed. But when I do a live stream on Up to Speed, those of you who are on Rolling With Me might miss something important, and then you get confused when things happen. Because you'll be like, wait a minute, you were in this situation, now you're in that situation. Wait a minute, you're here, you're there, you're going. I'm so confused. I could be confusing when I don't share everything as they happen. So if there's a gap in time, as time goes by, we recall what happened in the last most recent video. Well, okay, well this is what happened then, and then say a week goes by, anything can happen. I mean, like everything can go on. I mean, so many different things can happen within a week's time. I mean, I could be in China in a week's time. You know what I mean? No, but I don't plan on going there anytime. No, I'd rather go to Italy. You know, visit family. But what I'm saying is that things can get complicated in a matter of minutes, okay? And so when there's a lapse of time that goes by, Ryan Bellers, man, thank you so much for that super chat, man. That is very kind of you. Very, very kind. I do appreciate the comments and the kindness, and I hope you're staying safe, man. It's a crazy road, crazy drivers. I do have some footage on my Tesla cam. I'm trying to sort through it. Somebody tried to run me off the road the other night, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they were driving in one lane, going in the opposing lane, and then they swerved into my lane, and then swerved back into theirs. But it was like almost like they were trying to do it as I was coming around the curve. And I swear, it seemed intentional, as if they thought I was going to overcorrect and then steer off into a ditch, which I didn't overcorrect. I maneuvered like I was a race car driver and avoided a collision. So if they tried to do something, well, joke's on them, okay? But the thing is, there has been something going on about people in Teslas lately. I don't know what the hell's going on, but people are like vandalizing Teslas. They're doing things to Teslas, and I'm like, well, what the hell's wrong with people? It's bad enough my property has been vandalized, basically, in a way, not in an intent to cause damage, but in a neglectful way. So you look at it that way, it's unintended vandalism, if you look at it, if there's such a word. You know, where you are in a home and you have total neglect. You know, it's disregard to someone's property. And even though that you're in a lease agreement, a lease purchase agreement, and it will be your house permanently after the 1 year's up, you know, the ownership has not legally hasn't taken place at that time, but yet one treats the property as if they don't give a rat's behind. And it's like, hey, you know what? They think like, it's like this. When someone thinks, oh, well, it's definitely my place, you know, 1 year lease purchase, hey, I could do whatever I want, you know, because 1 year I'm going to have the deed in my name, blah, blah, blah. There's no guarantees. Anything can happen. Maybe they don't get approved for the loan at the time. Their credit could be bad. Finances could be bad. Anything can happen. So lease purchase is not like an automatic, okay, it's your place, do whatever the hell you want. No, it's like you got to behave like you're a renter until the year that lease is up and it transitions into the deed transfer, which is finalizes the sale and the balloon payment comes through and then everything is settled. That's how it's supposed to go. You don't damage somebody's property. You don't bring in furniture with insects and bugs, which has been proven because that was further looked into. There are so many things that I have witnessed through my friend who did an investigation, like just going there inspecting. You know, I don't know if you call it an investigation or a home inspection. It was a scheduled one. It's not like I don't organize these surprise visits because the tenant has rights to privacy and they have rights to be notified. So there was proper notification done, and there was a time window that was allocated for that inspection. But apparently, people don't know how to respect property. When they get too deep into something, they're not able to straighten up their mess in a short period of time, even though that short period of time was within the window that's allowable for notification in advance. So somebody, I'm just not going to mention the name of the people because you know what? I don't need to throw people into the situation. I just can let you know about the situation itself, and then who needs names? Who needs that? I mean, this is YouTube, though. I haven't put my real name out there, and so like now I'm telling you, like, how my history and my name come about and how my YouTube channel took on my cousin's name, Roland. So with all that said, here we are now. Big decisions have happened. Where the hell do I go from now? Where do I go from here? And that's what I'm going to share with you here in this live stream. I would love to know what you think my decision has been. What am I doing? Where am I going to be? Am I going to be in the other townhome that has been pretty much prepared for me to transfer into because of the whole situation with the water leakage? Or am I going to be flowered about into some smaller home with hopes that maybe something more affordable and a long-term solution? There's a few other options, but I want to see if you are kind of vibing with me, if you're feeling that same energy that I am kind of feeling myself. And I want to see what you think I'm going to do. What do you think my decisions are? Where you think I'm going to be? And do you think it's going to be a long-term thing? Is it going to be a temporary thing? Is it going to be a transition? And where's this going to happen? I'm curious to know from you, because a lot of you out there seem to have a very, 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 I guess, intuitive mind. And it seems like you were able to help me solve some of these things, these mysteries, or I don't know, just mysteries of life. You know, you really, you come up with some good ideas, and I'd just like to hear from you what you think, what decisions you think I have made right now, and where you think I'm going to be, and from this point forward. Or maybe I've already did some things that are already in the transitioning effect. Where am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? Curious enough. Let me get caught up in the chats here, guys. Let me get caught up. So sorry you're going through a tough time now. Remember what's important. Your family, and I'm sure they would love to hear from you and see you well. That's what's important. You and your kids. Thank you so much for your kind words. Yes, I do feel bad that I left a lot of people in the kind of out of the loop. I mean, I was so caught up in everything going on, and I feel like I didn't have time to eat right. I didn't have time to sleep. I didn't have time to get my steps. And I started making up for these things. I find ways to incorporate that. And I had to stop working out for a while. I stopped lifting weights. And I feel the effects, and it's stressful because I'm used to doing these things all the time. And I'm going to be starting back on the routine. So everything's gonna go back to the way my routines were before everything got disrupted. So there's some hope, and then I'll see myself getting more consistent YouTube videos out there, which is good, right? Is that good? Is the sound working on here? I'm here doing a live stream, and the microphone wasn't even near me, so I don't even know if you guys heard me. You know, it's a shame if I just did this whole live stream and nobody was able to hear me. Like, that's pretty bad, right? Like, my microphone's way back there and I'm over here. Like, did it even pick up the sound? Is the sound working on here? Wow. Isn't that crazy? I've been so stressed that I totally forgot to move the microphone where it needed to be moved. Like, it needed to be where I am, in front of me, not behind me. Like, you see how messed up I am right now? Like, what's wrong with me? All right, guys. So all of you are amazing. So you were able to hear me somewhat, right? It's a shame. I wish I would have moved the microphone where it needed to be. Anyway, hopefully you heard me. And for those of you who had headphones on and all of a sudden now I'm louder, sorry if I got so loud so fast. Not trying to be that person, but like I said, to sum it all up in a more audible way, the people that have done the lease purchase agreement with my home, the buyers, they have been neglecting my home, as I have shared with you over the course of a couple of months. It's almost 3 months now, something like that. There has been termites introduced into the home, ants. There has been an abundance of dirt and dust accumulating through the HVAC ventilation. And on the floors, there are scratches. There are some damage of the walls. There is some water damage. And there was some issues with the lawn maintenance. They were not cutting grass, and I had several complaints, which led to a notice from the HOA, which is not nice when you get those things going on. And there were some other issues where I had some friends who are neighbors, or at the time, like I said, when you move out, you have your neighbors, when they stay, they'll still talk to you, right? And then say, oh, well, you know what? I saw this happening at your house, or that, or this, or that. And, I was keeping up on some things. It wasn't my friend keeping me up, when he goes by once in a while to check on the exterior. Like I said, a lot of things have been happening. And it's done deal. The people who have been neglecting my home are now out of there. And it was a transition. As I was talking about it earlier, they're in the process, of taking care of some things that involved things I initiated. So, like I said, there were things that needed to be discussed in person. And I had my friend who was an attorney and my realtor, we were talking and getting advice, and I had a witness, and we sat down, all of us, and we had a very professional conversation. There was no anger, no rage. I didn't become that angry person dropping F-bombs or pointing fingers. I was polite as I can be, although inside I was like, why? And how could you? And why would you do this? But things were settled amicably. And when it comes to financial obligations that they had, as far as the money they put down and future payments and all the other things, of course, the contract has been derailed. I guess you want to call it that. It's has now been null and voided, and any proceeds prior to the contract going towards the house, as written in the contract, is non-returnable, except for if, say, I just willingly just wanted to give it back if they were having hardship because of that down payment, but that would be my choice. And unfortunately, like in my situation, I felt like the damage exceeded the amount that was put down as a deposit or down payment, because I was a little generous about that, and I felt like I didn't want to ask too much. So in the contract, it wasn't a really, really big amount, but it was more of an amount that kind of said, okay, are you serious about this? If you're serious about the contract, this is how much I feel is enough to make it seem, to make it so that I know you're serious about, doing this whole thing. And a part of me wishes that I would have asked for a bigger deposit or bigger down payment, because that didn't even cover the extent of damage, because the HVAC system, which I have not updated you on, has faulted to the point where it has to be replaced. And do you know how much that's going to cost? It's basically not running properly, so it's affecting the electric bill. They had a huge electric bill, which, hey, you know what?
It's on them. It's like it has to be their responsibility. I'm not paying electric, just because it's a lease purchase. They have the utilities in their name right now, right? It's how it is. Well, at the time, but that's now it's out of their name technically. I guess I don't know. There's a timeline for everything to happen, however long it takes for electric company to do all that stuff. But everything was just on the date. It's like it all happened at one time. But of course, things take time when it comes to the process of this and that. But as far as me signing the papers and everything, just pretty much being terminated, the whole agreement, that all happened all at once. Everything else just happens whenever the time happens. These things don't happen instantaneously. So here we are. Okay. And I know, like some of you said, I should take my house back and get it away from these people. I had so many suggestions, and let me read some of your comments. What do you think? What do you think the decision is that I made about the house at this point? Now that I had to kind of terminate the whole agreement. If you look at it this way, they seemed like they didn't want to stay there anyway. When we had this conversation, they kept talking about like this other place in an undisclosed location, which I don't want to bring up. But they kept on saying that they really needed it. They have interest in something else, and it seems like that they were just, I don't know, indecisive possibly. Did they make a solid choice? Were they indecisive about what they were doing? Was it not the kind of business they were running? Was it maybe not what they thought? Whatever they were doing. There were some things that I had suspicion of, when it comes to what they do for a living, as far as, their income. And yeah, they do a lot of like taking things and repurposing things, fixing things up, selling things, going to flea markets, all these kinds of things. And it's like, that's something they do on top of the other thing that they were doing before they moved. And I guess, I don't get into the business, but they said that they lost their income because of the pandemic and they decided to go into their own business. And I never really questioned deeply about what their own business was. All I did is look at financial statements, basically just to know, if they were to be in the contract. It's not like I did a thorough thing. There was a records check that I did, which is, just to make sure that there weren't any kind of crooks or anything. Just the basic stuff. It's the consumer thing. Just get a consumer record on the people. Just to make sure everything's up to par. And everything checked out fine. They showed bank statements to prove that they had money going in the bank accounts. That's all I needed at the time. I wasn't like questioning deeply about, so exactly what do you do? I was just more worried about make sure they had a stable income. And so I looked back 6 months and that was pretty much it. And, everything I was doing was the advice of my realtor because, they're experienced with that. And so I was just doing things the way I was told. And then here we are now. What do you guys think? What do you think my decisions have been since this? We signed some papers recently. They have vacated the premises. They're no longer there. And the realtor, who's a friend of mine, she's really good at what she does. And thing is, she said she can get in touch with somebody for me. There was a couple people that had made some offers, and she's like, hey, we can reach out to those people, but she warned me that the market is cooling down in the housing market, so that the offers may not be as high as I was hoping for, which, like I said, if things go down too far, it's not going to be beneficial financially. Then I'll be upside down, and then it's going to put me in another situation, because like when you owe money on a home and then you're selling it, and then if the housing starts to go back down again, then what's the advantage at that point? And I think renting might be the better advantage at that point, because then you'd have more income coming in paying the mortgage and paying towards the taxes, and then, still living in a smaller home. So that was an option, right? But now I have this fear of renting anything out to anyone, fearing that it could be neglected. I don't want to go down that path again. I've got a bad taste in my mouth, a really bad taste, and I'm not eating anything disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Just not literally, right? Hey, Rachel, what's going on? Susan, Terry, they are no longer there. Like I said, my friend who has been helping me with some things, has been helping me with some decisions and helping me with this transition of mine, because I've been moving things around. Because like I said, I had an option to go into another townhome because of the issues of the leakage and the mold. And I had a week at that time to say yes or no. And I was thinking other options are available as far as going into certain parts of Florida to be around areas where I have frequented and areas that are close to construction jobs and my friends. So these were things that I was considering. So where do you think I'm going from here? Comment here. I'm trying to get into your mind. I just want to know where you think I'm going from, or where you think I may have already set myself up to go. Like, is there a difference between going and setting yourself up to go? Is that the same thing? Or prepping to go, or maybe like halfway in between? Maybe I've already got some things happening and I just have to finish it off. Where you think my mind is? I want to know where your mind is. Let me know in the comments. I know. So we got Mel 40 moving again? ? Thing is, I have a very sensitive schnoz, very sensitive nose. My lungs get irritated very easily. So if I'm in a musty environment or any environment that has any kind of excessive dust, smoke, or mildew, I am basically in misery, and I feel like I'm asthmatic and I can't breathe. My chest starts wheezing. My sinuses get messed up. I get sinus infections. I get migraine headaches. I get so many things happen. And I take care of myself. I work out. I do exercise. I do stepping. But of course, lately I haven't been able to lift weights like I have. Once in a while, like I grab, I grab these once in a while right here. These, they're only 45 pounds, and I lift those and curl those and, go above my head and everything. I do that stuff, but I'm not like full gym workout. I left my gym at the house that I, like I said, sold at the time that I sold it. But as you see now, as you probably already knew what was happening, the gym is still there, of course, because, they have no rights to the gym, because that was only if the house was, sold to them permanently after the 1-year lease agreement was up. But in the meantime, it was only a rental situation from that point. And so anything that's in the home is not theirs, including the home itself. You get what I'm saying? So once that whole thing would have happened, then the gym would have been theirs too. And the theater room seats and everything that's in the theater room, projector, you name all the other stuff. Because I left some furniture behind. I didn't take everything. I took the furniture that I felt I needed and took a lot of stuff out of the garage and furniture from the basement that I needed. And there's a lot of things that I don't need this, I don't need that. I'm downsizing, I don't have room. But then I still had to put some stuff into storage. And, I had to put my toolbox in there and other big bulky things and washers, because it's like this. I'm not going to just give away my washers and dryer. You know what I mean? That's just not happening. So I had to get storage. I got a storage unit and the help of a friend of mine who had a shed. So I was actually to store some stuff in the shed as well. So it helped me with the extra stuff so I can minimize the expenses of like storing everything in a bigger unit. So it really helped. And now I'm moving stuff around. You believe this? Now I'm moving stuff. All right. going into storage, getting this, getting that, and like, I got a help of a friend who's got a big truck, and it's like I cannot afford to get a U-Haul, so my friend's got a truck, and so luckily, that's working out. So, things have been loading up on the truck, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? My head's spinning. I've been driving around. I've been traveling in traffic, and been going back and forth. Like, I feel like I'm going all over the place. I've been seeing more highway than I have anything, and I got a headache. I just need to do some, like, I don't know. I just need to walk. But I just wanted to, like, let you know what is going on, because I'm all over the place right now. It says, who are you calling trouble? Why don't you sell your house? Yeah, see, that's what I did. I sold the house back in July, the end of July. It's like the third week of July, somewhere around there. But I accepted an offer that was a little sweeter than the other offers. But that offer was for a rent-to-own option. It's lease purchase option. 1-year lease purchase. Big mistake. Because here's where I am now in this situation. Had to, sit down and discuss things, my concerns, bring up some things. And it all comes down that the people that were there didn't seem so disappointed that they got out of a contract. It almost seems like that they almost didn't want to be in the contract anymore, which was kind of weird. Like, it almost seemed like you don't think they would have intentionally just let things go to become a breach of contract. But I mean, it's putting yourself in a situation where you'd be financially liable for any property damage. I mean, that to me, that's ridiculous. I could have been like, you're gonna pay all that money for the HVAC. I was being the better person, and it's like this. I didn't want things to be escalated into the legal system and all that. I just wanted to take care of things without having to get all that involved. You know what I mean? Just wanted to settle it in a professional way. And like I said, the money they put down, they forfeited the money. And to have the HVAC system repaired is going to cost more than the amount of money they put down. But I look at it this way: it would cost more if I hired somebody to do it. All right, but if I do it myself, then it'll be a lot cheaper. And so, looking at it that way, I didn't want to be that person that was going to charge them the rate to have it professionally done by a licensed HVAC technician, when I can fix it myself for a fraction of the cost, and it would not even meet up to the amount of the price of the damage that that they had paid up front for a deposit or down payment, whatever you want to call it. So I look at it that way. I don't want to be nickel and diming someone, knowing if I can do it a lot cheaper myself. Because I know people are going through hard times, and not everybody has the bad intentions to destroy property. Some people are they just don't know how to take care of things. And I feel, I should have never done a rent to own. It's my mistake. Okay, so with that said, I know what I'm not doing. That's for darn sure. All right, so look at it that way. The termite situation, even with that, I mean, that was addressed. People came there, then I went there and I did it my way, and I saved money. And I tell you, saving money is the way to go, right? So I saved money doing it myself. Like I said, it would have been thousands of dollars to have somebody do it. So I'm a do-it-yourself kind of person. So it's another reason why I'm not going to overly inflate the price and say, well, this much damage was done, and then, well, you're going to have to add, pay me more in additional to what you put down that you have forfeited. I look at it that way, Even if there was no damage and there was money put down, more than likely, if things didn't work out, I felt like I even if it's in the contract, I just feel funny keeping the money, even though it's in the contract. You know what I mean? I guess it all depends on the situation. I mean, if the people there that come in the house and it's like they're well off, they got enough money for this, got enough money for that, whatever, they don't have kids to take care of it. I'm like, oh, whatever, it's business is business. But, if they're a struggling family and they lost a job and, they just can't stay there and they get a little, behind, and it's like they want to get out of the contract, and then I look at it and say, well, man, they're struggling right now. I really don't want to stick it to them, So there's sacrifices and compromises. So I kind of will meet somewhere in the middle or try to make it work out. I don't want to be that greedy person. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. So it all depends on the circumstance. It all depends on each unique situation. You just take it as it comes. You know what I mean? All right, who is out here? I wish we can get together on a group stream. I know, Susan, that would be great. We're going to do that again soon. Take them to court, then get your house back. Hey, Tina. Well, like I said, I did things, I took care of things in a very professional way with a friend who is an attorney and a friend who's a realtor. We sat down together with the people that did the rent-to-own agreement with me in the house there, and things have been settled that way. And it seemed like they really didn't even have interest in staying there. They were talking about another property, which I don't even want to disclose where this is. But I was surprised, really, because the way they were talking is they had changes in their family plans, and they want to run a business somewhere else in a different state. They said something about there's not a whole lot of opportunities. They're complaining about not being opportunities in the place where where they've been living, in the house that I sold, right? They're like, there's opportunities because they were the kind of business they're doing where they're buying stuff and they're flipping things, and there's other things. I don't know exactly every single thing they do, but they said something about there's not enough opportunity, and I don't know. It just seems like maybe they jumped the gun. Maybe the whole hot housing market got them thinking, oh, maybe the house is going to go up even more. Maybe they're going to try to flip it. Maybe they're going to have it and pay for it early or something, and then get out of the contract and sell it and to someone else. Who knows? I can't read people's minds, but all I can tell you is they ain't there no more. They're not there no more, causing further damage. That's the way it is. They forfeited their down payment, the deposit, whatever you want to call it. It's all the whatever. That's been forfeited. The HVAC system is going to be addressed by me more thoroughly than just a couple of quick patches and temporary fix-ups that were intended until, there was an opportunity to get it done fully. There were certain things that were done to just kind of, pass the time until things could be addressed. Because it's not like, if it was something that was because of my negligence, I would have addressed it fully at that time. But when someone else neglects something, it's like, hey, take what you can get, because I'm not going to just do everything because you decided to just, disregard something and not learn how to take care of it. I got my lines where I draw in the sand. You know what I mean? Simple as that. If you guys can, smash that like button, share it on social media. And once again, Ryan Bellers, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you for your kindness. Hope you're staying well. I know before my microphone was behind my back, so it was kind of hard to hear me. I was like very low, quiet, sounded like I was far out in the distance, but now here I am. And I'm rocking like a hurricane. And I got to drink some water. Right now. If you want to see some paranormal content, I guarantee you in a day or so, I'm going to be able to provide something like that if you really want to see something like that. I don't know if I want to get into too much, but there's some places that I want to go check out. And as you've known, that there has been some level of paranormal activity in the house that I had almost had totally destroyed by tenants. There's definitely something going on there because they messaged me like freaking almost, I think, every other week. I was getting like, this is happening, that's happening. Are you aware that this is going on? Like, there's something going on there. I'm not talking about what was happening there. I don't think ghosts ever sleep, do they? But I will be keeping you up to date because I'm driving around. Like, I gotta hit the road again tomorrow. I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. And where I land, nobody knows. Maybe I know a little bit, but do I need to share it with the world? Do I need to just let things cool down, then share it with everybody? Do I just let you guess where I'm headed from this point? Like what my decisions are? Sometimes I feel like it's best not to draw too much attention to what I'm doing. Because I don't want to, I don't know. I don't like to really put a spotlight on everything I do in my life. I feel it becomes uncomfortable for everybody around me. And I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, like family, good friends, and people get confused. They don't know if I'm coming or going, and I don't want to confuse anybody, and I want to make sure that I'm, making the right decisions, and the decisions that I'm making are ones that I'm going to follow through with before I take people on a roller coaster ride and to confusion. I really don't want to confuse people. I want to know for sure that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, there's so many options out there available for me, and I'm in limbo, and I'm like torn between this decision and that decision. And I had so much time to make this decision, and I have more time to make the other decision. And all I know is I got a truck that my friend has that's been filled up with stuff. My first trip was to have a arranged meeting to settle the situation with the people that were destroying my home. That was a lot of driving, which I ended up staying at a hotel one night. And I ended up having to kind of brave it through, driving all the way through on the way back because I didn't have the time. So my brain is like, how can I do all this at once? So there were things happening, and I'm trying to get everything done. So now having a truck loaded after going back and forth, and thing is, where is this truck full of stuff going to end up going? Where's the initial drop off? Because I've been going to one storage unit, and then the shed that my friend has, there's other things that need to be taken, but it's going to take another trip. I don't have money to rent a U-Haul or a big truck. It's just too much. My friend volunteered to help. I'm like, hey, you know what do I owe you? And he's like, hey, just make them Italian dinner or something. That's what he said. Like, make me Italian dinner or something, whatever. Meatballs. Or I'm like, okay, no problem. So that's it. Food for thought there. Just making food, and you got to help me with stuff, moving stuff. Now, the option of destination A is moving stuff from destination here, which is the townhome, to destination A, which is close by, or destination B, which is not close by whatsoever. Like I said, I got to sleep on this. I was given 7 days for a decision to make as far as whether I move into the next townhome in the same community. And my mind was running, well, maybe I should just go find another rental in a community that's about a mile away. And then, like, my other side of me is like, I got so much to do that I need to figure out what to do when I go to sleep and wake up and have a decision. And tomorrow is going to dictate what choice I make, because tomorrow will be I think it's the last day too, that I have to make one decision. So I got decisions to make, people. Let me know what you think one of those options are, like one of those possible scenarios are. Like, what do you think one of those decisions may be when it comes to where I may have to unpack and settle down, whether it's temporary or maybe transition. Maybe there's some things that need to be addressed and taken care of, and I need to be in a certain place to do that. Maybe it's a job-related thing, business opportunity. It's got to be something, and I will share more as I know what the hell I'm doing. Like I said, sometimes I'm just last minute about things. All right, Ryan. Let's see. My best guess would be at least 400 to 500K. Made it to your live stream tonight, finally. Oh, Bobby, how much do you want for it? Don't make me sick, Rachel, on you. Mamma mia. I'll have to do one of those exclusive member-only live streams, and then we can talk more into detail about certain things, just to kind of keep the members area alive. I gotta have some perks for members, right? I can't put it all out there on the public side. It wouldn't be fair, if I said too much. But also another reason why I don't like to say too much in the public side of YouTube is because you don't know who's listening, who's watching, and what kind of people out there. In addition to the great people and the amazing people that you are, there are some people that are not so good out there that have access to YouTube videos, but usually don't have access to members area videos. So I can say a little bit more in the members area than I can in the public side of YouTube. And I just feel more comfortable in the members area because I have a more personal rapport with everybody. And it's not like some random creep that's maybe targeting one of my family members would be watching my content, or watching everything I'm saying in the members area. So that's why I try not to say too much and put too much spotlights on things that I'm doing. And that's why I didn't want to do any kind of house tour or townhome tour in here. I didn't want to show too much about, anything, you know what I mean? I know there was some places outside I was walking that really did stress me out after I started getting that situation going on with that woman. Things were happening. And I know some of you were confused and oh, it's just another skit with the psycho woman, but it's not a skit. It was a real thing going on. Like I said, ever since selling the house, I like I told you, I've been transparent about everything. I'm just trying to just be as honest about everything as I can to a certain level. I don't put all of my life out there. I have to hold back some things. I mean, we all have our personal lives, right? We don't tell everybody everything that goes on in our head. I mean, it's almost like going around and telling everybody your social security number, your bank account number, and the name of your best friend's, family member who doesn't want to be known. It's like things like that. Ryan Bellers, thank you so much. Good cause. I'm in a spot where I can more than likely buy your house. It's a beautiful home, bro. It needs to be taken care of. Yes, Ryan, absolutely, man. It needs to be respected and taken care of. And, I thought it was, it's like I was excited when I had those offers. I was really happy. And then I jumped on that one, and I thought it was like the house was so new, there was not gonna be any issues, lease purchase agreement would be just fine. Like, what could possibly go wrong? I never thought that something could be induced or caused by the people that were actually in the process of doing the lease purchase, I never thought that things would be complicated, considering that I'm a good judge of character, and I didn't feel any kind of vibe that kind of would scare me off on doing a contract. It's just that you can't always predict what people are going to do, especially in their personal lives. Some people are neat and tidy, and some people are slobs. Unless you live with them, sometimes you'll never know. You can have friends that are slobs, and you would never know they're slobs until you spend like a week in your home. And some people might be so tidy that, you feel uncomfortable in their home because you're afraid, like, if you put one thing out of place, they're going to have anxiety, Oh, gosh, here we go. That goes down a path because, I do kind of have to have things in a certain way. I'm used to things being a specific way. My daughter's the same way. It's like, if I have furniture placed in a house and I get used to furniture being in a certain place, in a certain position, it's like I have to have it that way. And I'm uncomfortable with change. Like, being in here, I had to have the furniture kind of emulate how it was set up before I sold the house. I had to have things in a certain spot, even though there wasn't the same kind of room and there wasn't the same shape. I had to make the best I can with the situation. And as you see right here, this is a backdrop. This is a green screen that I have behind me. Okay, this is a picture of a place that I've been at in Florida. But like I said, I am in a room right now that's pretty much got more boxes stacking up together, getting ready to go on a truck, because there's some stuff, a whole lot of stuff on a truck. But you know what? You can only fit so much stuff in one time. So here we are. A lot of things going on. A lot of decisions that are being made. You want some paranormal? You want some scary stuff? Halloween's coming. Where I'm going to be going, it's going to be some scary stuff. If you want that, I'll share it. Because I can guarantee you that something paranormal is going to end up happening in some content that I record when I go to certain locations while doing what I'm doing. And especially if I make the decision to go to a specific place instead of one choice, and I end up moving far away to where I know things will be happening. And how do I know? Well, because I know. And you probably know because you've seen it. Or maybe whatever you believe you saw. Like I said, it's YouTube. There were some things that I was extra creative with, but it doesn't negate the legitimacy of experiences that I've had. I do want to take you to places that are legit known to be haunted. Like I said, I really don't want to go into any place that is haunted that cannot be validated as such, because then I feel like I'm wasting your time, I'm wasting my time, and it gives the bunkers something to make videos about, and I'm not trying to entertain that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to entertain you guys, not the bunkers. So we got to come to some kind of medium ground. We've got to come to some kind of, solution. All right, so maybe we can all agree on something. Like I said, YouTube engagement is very important. Comments are very important. So if you can comment your ideas, your suggestions, I would much appreciate it. Let me know what kind of content you want me to upload on this channel. Be honest. Be honest with me. I'm not going to cry if you want paranormal. I just want honest, because like I said, I know paranormal was drawing the wrong kind of attention to my home. And that was one of the reliefs of selling the house and moving, because I was getting away from that attention that I drawn, and it kind of put me at ease that way. It was just like there was drama going on. There was like questionable people showing up. Things were just uncomfortable, and I had to sleep one eye open all the time. It was just a lot of things were going on, and the bunkers were like encouraging people to go there and do ghost hunting, and that's trespassing. And it's like, well, people are going to try to get into a gated community. They're going to end up getting trespassed, and they're going to have a criminal record for that. And because if you trespass and then you decide to do it again, that's criminal trespassing, especially if you've been told to get off the property and not come back again. Racking up misdemeanors, trespassing is not a good thing. So people got to be careful, right? But that was the situation. And then, of course, the people that did the rent to own said that they had some questionable, like, very shady people, like, come into the house. They would knock on the door. They would sneak around the property. I'm like, here we go again, So, yeah, I heard about things through the people that were there, And so maybe that's one of the reasons why they were not so upset about having to, mutually terminate the contract. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe they bit off more than they could chew. Maybe they didn't realize what they were getting into, even though I was totally upfront. I was totally honest about everything. I didn't hold back anything. I told them about the content that I was making on YouTube. I told them everything. So, it goes to show you that I haven't been full of crap when it comes to the paranormal stuff that's been happening in the house, because it has actually affected them to some way, where I've been getting messages from them like every other week about something going on, this happening, that happening. They're hearing sounds, lights doing this, And I told them, I said, well, I made it clear. I said that I believe that the house is haunted to some extent, but of course, with the content that I make on YouTube, I did have a history of exaggerating those things, and they laughed it off, and it was like, okay, whatever, it's funny, good stuff, and everything was fine, kosher. I just don't know. I don't know. It's just weird how things end up. It really is. I hope you have a good night there, Susan. Hey, Tina G, what's going on? Patty, Bobby, we know it's entertainment. Just have fun. We do. Yes, fun is what we need, right? I'm doing great. Busy besides working when I can. Drink some warm tea. Try to get some sleep. Yes, I will definitely try to get some sleep, because tomorrow's going to be it's going to be a crazy day. I got the biggest decision to make when I'm sleeping. Like, that's why I stay awake, trying to think about things all night. Kathy, try some places that are historical and fun to visit and share. They don't have to be paranormal. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like that idea. Oh, did any of you notice that there was a short clip of Omar Gosh on one of Shane Dawson's videos? I don't know. Let me know if you saw that. I don't know if anybody watches Shane Dawson, but my daughter brought it up to me. She was like watching Shane Dawson, and she's like, wait a minute. He just like did a really quick intro of Omar Gosh saying, let's go on a ghost adventure or something. And it's like, it was really short. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know that Shane Dawson actually, even knew that Omar existed. It's kind of like, if Shane Dawson like mentioned, hey, rolling with me, whatever, like, I'd have been like, what the hell? Crazy, huh? Kathy, you saw it, huh? How about that, huh? I wonder if anybody told Omar about that. Like, hey, Omar, I saw you on Shane Dawson. Oh my gosh. Maybe the ghosts seemed that they weren't right. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I've had comments where people think there could be ghosts there that have some way manipulated the things that happened. Some way made the people not want to be there. To the point where they didn't contest the whole, me terminating, the whole contract. Like, it's like they were okay with it. It was almost like they were hoping that I wasn't going to be angry about anything. They were apologetic. Let me just let you know this. They were apologetic about things, and they brought some things up. I don't want to talk about everything. Like I said, I'm just trying to get to the point, but not like dig into everything, because, it's just, I'm not that kind of person that's going to put everybody's situation out there. But man, I tell you, crazy stuff going on in this world. Please smash that like button. Share this on social media. I'm not going to make it a habit of making live stream content on Rolling With Me. That's soon going to be a different channel name. I will try to make more of my live streams on up to speed media and then keep this for uploaded videos. I do have some content that I have not had time to edit. So maybe in a day or so, it'll be uploaded here. It won't be this kind of content with me sitting in a chair. I'll promise you that. It's going to be on the go. It's going to be more action. And it's going to be me sitting on my ass. I cannot stand sitting down. Does that make sense? I cannot stand sitting down this long. I cannot stand sitting down this long. Yeah, well, I cannot stand if I'm sitting down, right? So I can't stand if I'm sitting. I can't stand sitting down this long. I got to get up and start walking. I need to get walking so that I can go to sleep and think about what I'm doing when I get up in the morning, which direction I'm going with a truckload of stuff. You know? And my friend say, hey, I got a truck. You want to use it? He was like, he's offering even ride with me to help me unload stuff. Which I didn't want to inconvenience him, but he's ready to go on a road trip with me, do all that. But I mean, I could use the truck myself, and he could be part of it. You know me. I get so stubborn. I like to do everything myself. I could do it. I could do it. I could do that. You know what I mean? Then sometimes, I'll have, depends on where I am. I remember one situation where I had a friend of mine who was a neighbor. It's I'll help you with this, I'll help you with that. I didn't ask, but they volunteered, and I want to be a jerk, but it happens. Stand sitting down. Yeah, I tell you, I got so much to do. I got so much to catch up on. I'm so behind on everything. I'm so behind on emails, messages, mail, paper mail. Taxes are due soon. I am stressed about that. I'm trying to find important documentations. There's certain things I can't find during the transition of moving. Some things are packed away, and I'm trying to find important documents, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I got to get it together. I really do. Lisa, stay strong, Bobby. You got this. You will do what you think is the right thing to do. Thank you so much for your kind words. Aloha, Bobby. Stay safe. Live, love, laugh. Hold your... There you go. There you go. Thank you so much. By the way, check out Rolling With Me merchandise. There's merchandise under this video. I think right now, being close to Halloween, it's a perfect time to have some of this spooky merchandise. It's rolling with me, Yeah, spooky stuff. I think it'd be perfect for Halloween coming. You know what I mean? And it helps support the channel as well. Check under there. You'll see Rolling With Me merchandise. I haven't sold anything all month. I don't know. I think I'm I turn into I don't know, this invisible person when it comes to merchandise. Nobody wants Rolling With Me anymore. I'm telling you what, the thing is, Rolling With Me is going to be one of those one of a kind names, because when I do a channel name change, those are going to be what do you call it? Limited editions. You get what I'm saying? It's been oh, I got the thing before he changed the channel name to here. Oh my gosh. Because the channel represents me, something I created. It's a part of me, okay? And even though the name's incorporated from my cousin, it's a part of me. It's a part of history. And don't we all want a piece of history, It's you want this, you want that. It's part of history. So figured I'd throw it out there. It helps support the channel. I don't want to be that person that's trying to shove my merchandise down anyone's, neck or anything, or any other orifice or opening. I just like to mention it in case anybody's interested. Somebody might want it. Oh, wait a minute. Then I help somebody out, hoodies, leggings, phone cases, you name it. Socks, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Sweaters, shirts, tank tops, t-shirts. Clothing. I mean, winter's coming, right? Halloween's coming. Holidays are coming. I don't know. Rolling With Me merchandise. Hey, why not, right? It's out there. All right, who else we got out here in the live stream? Well said, John Buckles. I can't buy any with only 15 something. All right, we got Donnie, John, everybody needs help sometime. There you go. Absolutely. You know, everybody needs help one way or another, whether it's advice, financial help, help with a situation where somebody's in immediate danger, wherever it may be. It's always good to lend a helping hand. And I will never sit there and just watch someone go through something without helping the best I can. You know, it's how I am. I help one another out. I help someone out when they need it. I don't expect anything in return. I just do it because I feel that's the right thing to do. You know, and that's why when it came to the down payment, I wasn't gonna like charge them the extra money if I were to have a professional fix the HVAC. It's like I can get the parts really cheap, and I have a friend who's a licensed technician, you know, HVAC technician, so he has access to wholesale parts, so I can get some wholesale parts without a problem. And me being an electrician in the past, I have some connections as well, so it only makes sense for me to do most of my own work. That way I save a lot of money and pass the savings on to other people, you know, especially in a situation like this where somebody had put money down, you know, and they caused the damage that involves having to repair the HVAC system. And it's the way it goes. I mean, yeah, the one thing that decided to fail was the fan, which that's not costly, but the compressor's acting up, and the compressor is what costs a lot of money. Usually when people deal with that, you know, and they have somebody come and repair it, it gets expensive, especially when you need a whole new system, and then you're talking like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and then things are adding up fast, right? So when you do things your own self and you order a compressor and you know what you're doing, and you have tank to purge all the refrigerant into, so you're not polluting into the environment, because you don't want to purge any kind of refrigerant into the open air. It's illegal too. EPA would be after your ass big time. So, you have to contain those things, and you have to vacuum the lines, and, depressurize everything. You got to get everything's got to be vacuumed out before lines can be disconnected and things can be put back in line. So I got my hands tied and busy, but I could do these things myself. Okay? No problem. Not a problem at all. So why charge somebody extra money? I look at it that way. I enjoy doing those things, fixing things, and it adds to my experience as I do them, right? It helps me more. Why not? All right. Hey, Bobby, I'm blessed to your Rolling With Me hoodie and mug. I'll keep it as a reminder of my favorite. Thank you so much, Rachel. That means a lot to me. Your kind words. And I'm glad that you have those things. Winter's coming. It's going to get colder. It's nice to stay warm. And maybe it won't be long. I'll be putting on my leather jackets again. I know some of you are like, no, Bobby, don't even go there, Bobby. No, just stop right there. You're not wearing those leather jackets. We don't want no more of that, okay? No more of this Terminator stuff. No more Arnold Schwarzenegger. Stop it. I know I'm going to get some of that. Winter's going to come, and like, man, I got them rocking black jackets, the leather jackets. Winter's coming. I haven't worn jackets in freaking decades prior to that. And like, now's an opportunity to go, I've been wearing the leather jacket. I'm the Terminator. I'll be back. No, I'm just saying, I like that fun. I like the jacket. It's nice. It's like, whoa, look at the jacket. I haven't worn a jacket in so long, and now all of a sudden winter's coming soon. The thing is, depend on what my decisions are tomorrow. That'll really finalize how long in the winter months I wear a jacket. Even though I've worn a jacket a few times already in Spring Hill, Florida during the winter. So It all depends on how far south or how far north I'll be. It depends. That really factors into the equation of how often I might wear a black leather jacket. But I've usually weathered out the winters in my tank tops. Like my skin got so thick from it. I have leather going on. I have my own leather from my own flesh. Just wait till you see what Rachel made. You. I'm going to text to you. Oh, cool, Tina. Kim, hey, what's happening? Leslie, hey, Roland, everyone. I'll tell my cousin you said hi. Jack of all trades. There you go, Tina. Yeah. Matter of fact, I have some urge to do a lot of landscaping and exterior light work. I just wonder where that will be done at. I know I can't do it to any place that I would rent. It would have to be a place that I would be intending to purchase or purchasing. Of course, after the process has been done. Or any place that I could possibly have in my possession soon if I decide to go down certain routes. It depends on what kind of decisions I make, right? I know that I need to be in the right financial situation, and I cannot afford to keep the house that I now had evicted people out of. I just cannot afford to keep it, so I have limited options, but I cannot afford to be in a rental and keep the house at the same time. That would just be even worse situation because there's nothing going on except for more expenses, but me living somewhere else, racking up more expenses. So as you see, I got a lot to think about. My realtor friend has some answers for me tomorrow about, things that are come into play. So we're going to know more about that as I'm thinking things throughout the night. So tomorrow is going to be one of those days where big decisions are going to be made. And I guess I'll know more about what the hell happens after I get in the damn truck and figure out which direction I'm going. I will share it with you here on this channel. I will do a video upload in a day or 2 or 3 days at the most. Maybe by the weekend, I'll have another video. Well, a video, because this is a live stream. So that you'll see what the hell I'm doing. And I'll share it with you. And from that point, you'll have an understanding of where I'm going and what I'm doing and where we go from that point. And feel free to tell me anything. Share your thoughts. Even if it's like a suggestion of what I should do, like comment it here. I'm open for your suggestions. If I were to move somewhere, considering that I cannot stay in a mold-infested place that has a leak as I'm dealing with here right now, where should I go? Where do you think I should be going? Where do you think, what would be my best option? Also consider that the housing market is starting to cool down, so things are not going to be as beneficial. But my realtor is working on some things for me so that tomorrow I'll have more solid answers as far as what's going to happen with that, which will kind of help guide me in what direction I'm going tomorrow as well. So let me know what you think I should do. Where should I go? Where do you think I might end up going? Even if I didn't follow in the advice of everybody here. What do you think the result of tomorrow is going to be? Let's just say after it's all said and done, let's say where you think I might be by the weekend. Like where you think I may end up sleeping and spending the night. Where am I going to lay my head down by this weekend coming up? Where do you think I may be? I could be anywhere, right? I could be anywhere, but where do you think I might end up being? I'm just curious to see if you have any kind of intuitive mind, where you may kind of predict something before I even know. Because I honestly don't even know where I'm going to be by the weekend. I can only guess I might be here, I might be there, might be somewhere. But somewhere. I just want to know how invested you are in my content, how much of my content you have been following, what you have seen in the past and what you have seen more recently and what you are witnessing now. It might help give you a better understanding of where my mind is and what direction I may be going. And I feel like in some situations, history has repeated itself to some extent. I feel like I've lived through something like this, but not exactly. And this may be why that there were some predictions that I had made, which I never even uploaded that video yet. Which I feel like now it might be too late to even consider uploading a video. Although maybe I should still do that. But let me know. I think you should trust in God. He has a plan for you. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you so much. Back to your home is your love for that. Makes your castle. I'm going to read so much comments. Be sure to comment under the video when you get a chance. Share your thoughts. Let me know where you think I might end up by the weekend. Like, where am I going to be spending weeks, months, a year? Whether it's going to be temporary, whether it's going to be like I got to be doing something, whether it's work for a company or maybe it's work that needs to be done that I need to do for either me or a friend or whatever it may be. Something's going to be happening, and I got decisions to make. So that will affect where I will be. Let me know in the comments where you think I'm going to be this weekend. After I have unloaded everything out of the truck, furniture, if there's any furniture that's going to be unloaded, or some furniture that's being moved around, maybe some going into a different location at a different storage unit, depending on where I end up going. Because doesn't it make sense to have a storage unit close to where you may be and not one that's going to be far, far away if you decide to go to a certain location in a certain direction, whether it's going further south, further west, further north, wherever it may be. Sometimes you got to take things and relocate it to another storage unit closer to wherever you're going to be at. Or unless you found a place that's big enough to put your stuff in there and you just move it all in there and you don't need a storage unit. So many things going on in my head, and we will figure it out together. By the weekend, you'll have more closure. You'll know what the hell's going on. I'll know what the hell's going on. We can all experience this together. And all I can say is I love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Share your thoughts. Share your ideas. Let me know where you think I will be settling down on the weekend, or whether it's temporary, whether it's longer than temporary, or whether it's a transition, whatever it may be. Share your thoughts. Share your ideas. Let me know in the comments, in the chats. Chats are going to be expiring, right? It'll be comment after I end this live stream. Smash the like button. Share it on social media. I'm going to be more consistent with my uploads. I'm going to be doing more out and about things, exploring places. I know I've been talking a lot about it, but of course, a lot of crap's been happening. A lot of things have been going on in my life where it's been just keeping me occupied. Like I said, my family kind of worried so much about me because I vanished off the grid for a while. My friends were like thinking I was ignoring them. There was so many things happening. Like I'm just trying not to stress myself too much because I know, I care about my family. I care about my friends. Nothing has changed other than I've just been so busy that I have to take time away to be able to communicate to my family, my friends, and have a more intelligible conversation so that my mind is in the right place, so that I'm not like empty, my mind is not like so congested with all these thoughts that I cannot even think clearly or be able to absorb new information. You know what I mean? I like to be able to communicate with my friends and family without being distracted by all the thoughts and all the things going on. But That's the way it is. Thank you so much, Christine, for your compliments here. That really means the world to me. If you're talking to me, I guess. I don't know, because no one else, you could see anybody else here, right? You just see me, I guess. Sorry to hear that. Praying for you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing out here. We have Sylvester Lett. How you doing? Fawn, Randall. Are them people gone that bought your house? Yes, Randall, those people are gone. There was a, I guess you call it a sit down, as I call it, is sit down. This was something that just happened recently, that we had a discussion at the table. I had my friend who's an attorney and a friend who's a realtor. We sat in a room, and yeah, it's a room. You know where the room was? It was my former office in the house. That's where the room was. The one where there was furniture stacked in there that was being repurposed and sawdust everywhere. Well, that room was cleaned out. So, hey, at least somebody did something, right? But yeah, there was a discussion. I did take some pictures. I did record some videos when I was out that way. I just haven't had time to upload any of it. Not sure if it's much relevant to my content, but I mean, if you want me to throw it in, I'll throw it in. Throw it in somewhere in the next video in addition to whatever else I got going on, if you want me to. Like I said, I got things going on. And there are some things that need to be done to make the house marketable again. And I do have plans to do some landscaping and improving the exterior and doing some lighting work. In addition to, like, wherever I go, I want to do some exterior stuff and lighting work. I have it in my system, in my blood. I just want to do landscaping and improve. I want to find a house that's affordable, and maybe it needs some work. Maybe it needs some landscaping and needs some exterior work done. I feel like maybe that's the way to save money, and then do that, you know. But at the same time, I want to be able to make the house that I just sold, that now the whole contract got derailed because I was trying to protect my investment because it was being neglected by the people that did the rent-to-own purchase agreement with me. I just wanted to make sure that no further damage was happening, but it seemed like they were happy about getting out of the contract considering the circumstances, so it seemed like everything was okay. They were apologetic anyway, but when it comes down to it, I'm going to have to do some improvements on the property, you know, maybe do some exterior house lighting, some landscaping, do some painting in the interior, paint the walls. You know, I'm definitely going to have to do some refinishing to the floors, you know, especially since there's been some new scratches. My friend brought some attention, you know, to some of the things when he was there looking at the place, you know. And when he brought that to my attention, of course, once I get fixated on something and it's like brought to my attention, and then I have to look myself. And then when I see it myself, I'm like, okay, well, now I can't unsee that. I saw it. Now I cannot unsee it. So with that said, there are many things that have to get done. And I need to do the repair in the HVAC system because I don't have the money to hire someone. And I just didn't feel it was right to force them to pay someone, you know, like I said. If they didn't have family, like kids, whether older, but still, if they didn't have, you know, and they were just like a family that it was like a new, I guess, it's almost like the Brady Bunch, you know, where two families merged together. It's not like I get into the business, but, you know, that's the gist of the thing. I didn't want to be that person, you know, like I try not to take things personally. I try to be as professional as I can, but I don't want to deprive kids of anything, especially if it's not their fault. But that's just the way that goes, guys. You know, you got to do what you got to do, you know, try to be the better person, you know. Christine Hopkins, do whatever you like, Bobby, but do film it with your static camera if you can. I could do with some landscaping tips. Awesome. Yes. Yes, I will be into those, doing a lot of that. You know, like I said, I got a lot that's got to get done, and I need to, you know, like I said, my whole 7 days to make the decision, well, time goes by and it doesn't stay 7 days forever. So, got a truck full of stuff. Let's see which direction I go with it. My realtor is going to call me. My realtor friend is going to call me tomorrow morning with more information on some leads and assist me with some ideas. And, based on the market, the housing market going down, she has some plans. She has some suggestions. And she has some leads, people. So, we'll see where it goes, people. We'll see where it goes, everybody. Anyway, I got to get out of here. There's no more sit down on this channel for a while. Gonna have content, video content. Get what I'm saying? Gotta keep it exciting, keep it alive, keep it entertaining, keep it crazy, keep it wild, keep it, I don't know, in a one whole package, but not so long, like freaking hour long, 2 hour long videos. We gotta shorten things down a little bit. Keep it condensed. I'm rambling on by this point, but you guys coming into the stream are just finding out stuff. So you learn something every day, don't you? I will read your messages. I will read the chats. I will read the comments. Share your thoughts. What kind of video content you want me to make? Let me know where you think I'm going to end up. Like, where am I and a truckload of furniture going to end up at? Am I going to end up in another storage shed closer to another location where I potentially could be moving into? Is it going to be into another house that's big enough to accommodate all the furniture without having to get a storage unit? Is it going to be into another townhome, which is going to be close by, which means that, hey, I might not have to make 2 trips for the second round of stuff, because the first round of stuff basically is most of the stuff that's in here except for a few things. So I when it comes to sleeping at night, I have the bare essentials. When I mean bare essentials, I have a freaking air mattress that I'm laying on tonight. How do you like that one? And there's some boxes in here which I don't know exactly where they're going at this point. But tonight I'm sleeping on an air mattress. Because there's been a lot of stuff going on. A whole lot of stuff happening. And where I go, we'll figure that out in the morning. But anyway, all of you guys are amazing. I hope you stay safe. I will keep you up to date on what's happening. I got some footage. I got some raw footage. I got some good footage. I got stuff that's other than me sitting on my butt here in a live stream room full of boxes, with a backdrop that makes it look better than a room full of boxes. Other than that, you guys are amazing. I hope you stay safe. Once again, thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chat. Once again, thank you, Pastor Rick, for your generosity. And once again, happy anniversary, happy 32nd anniversary. And anyone who's having a birthday coming up soon, I hope you have a safe and happy birthday. And anyone out there who's having an anniversary coming up, I hope you have a great anniversary. I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay healthy. And hopefully things will work out for you if you're going through struggles right now. I just want the best for everybody. I just want everybody to be happy. And, I'm there for you if you ever want to chat, chat in the comments. You can always come to my videos and comment away. I'll try to be more active on YouTube, social media side of YouTube, It's just right now I'm up against so many different things, and I'm only one person, so I can only do so much at once. But all of you guys are amazing, mean the world to me, and hope that we can get together soon, in the chats, in the comments. Maybe I'll do a premiere when I do a video upload. I don't know. Let me know. That's another thing. I don't know if I should do a poll. Let me know if I should do a premiere or if I should do just a regular upload. Just let me know. I'm curious. It's been a while since I've done a premiere. It's been a really long while since I've done a premiere on this channel. So maybe I'm due for one, or just maybe a regular upload. And I want to do that members only live stream too. So many things I want to do, but then I end up being overwhelmed by responsibilities that I have, and then things never happen. But I think this may be the bulk of the problem that I got behind me that was slowing me down. I think I got past that hurdle. And I think from this point on, it's pretty much, it's all up to me to what decision I make tomorrow. And a lot of that's going to be pretty much influenced on what my realtor friend says as well, and how I feel at the time. So, yeah, big decisions tomorrow. Pray for me if you believe in that kind of thing. Pray for me. Send some positive vibes my way. Let's hope for the best. I pray for you guys. Hope for the best for everybody. I got to get out of here. Hope you stay safe out there. I know it's a long-winded live stream. It's a long-winded ending to a live stream. Like I can't stop talking. I guess because I know I'm going to be awake all night and my mind's going to be running. So it's no difference to me that my mind's running 100 miles an hour as me just running my mouth 100 miles an hour. It's all just a bunch of mumbo jumbo at one point. It may sound like that, especially if you're watching me at like 2x speed, Like the guy talks fast. But, Anyway, take care. I will, like I said, do an upload. And thank you so much, Fawn. It's nice to see some kind words. It really is nice. Sandy from Earth, we think. God bless you. As long as you're moving forward, I'll be okay. I had to put down my 16-year-old Yorkie today. Sorry for your loss, and praying for you and your Yorkie. And 16 years. That's a lot of years, though. A lot of years. Had a long, fulfilled life. I'm guessing if you've had the Yorkie that long, you've experienced a lot together. It's just 16 years in dog years. It's a lot of years. If you do the math, But anyway, all of you guys are awesome. I have to definitely get out of here. Once again, thank you for your support in the comments. Remember, comment as much as you can. Smash the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Check out the Rolling With Me merchandise that I got. Cold season's coming ahead. I like to see you wear it on social media. If you want to wear it on Instagram, or take a picture and share it on Facebook or wherever, get the word out there. When I come up with a whole new name, which will be influenced by you guys, because there's some suggestions that you made, and I do like the name ideas, and I might roll with those name ideas. And when I do, I will mention my gratitude. But anyway, I got to get out of here. Stay safe. How many times am I saying that tonight? At least I didn't forget to take the microphone from behind me and move it forward so that you can hear me. But I do apologize again for some of you who were wearing headphones when I had the microphone back here, way behind me. And then I turned it this way, and all of a sudden, I'm like twice as loud. Didn't mean to hurt your ears, but hey, it was like sitting back there. Like, who's going to hear me? I mean, you have to crank the volume up. All right. Tina, she's giving me a bunch of fire hot thumbs ups. I love that. I love it. Good stuff. All right, let's do some record breaking. If you haven't seen any videos lately, check them out on here in this channel, Rolling With Me. Drop some likes. Share it on there, social media, whatever. I know, you know what? I might have disabled the likes and dislikes. I think I forgot to re-enable them, because at some point it didn't really, like I said, it didn't really influence me one way or another. It's like, I know there's going to be a few people that are going to dislike a video, and they're entitled to that. It's, I don't judge my self-worth based on the ratings, but whether it's a like or a dislike, ratings accumulate and add up to a specific number. Whether it doesn't matter which direction they go, they're counted as engagement. So just a number of ratings go higher. It helps the video get out there. It helps the incentive grow, and it just gives me hope that YouTube may be a viable option. Because we got to do things that are in the best interest of our family, and if YouTube can be self-sustaining financially, then I can incorporate that into my life. But if it cannot be sustaining financially, then I have to focus on the things that are going to help keep the family, keep us under a roof, especially during these hard times where my business is not doing so well. It's not like I could afford to really sink much money into YouTube content creation and the internet expenses that come with it. And, it's just the time that I put aside, it would take away from productive work that I could be doing to earn labor income, like from my labor, my hard labor, which I like. I'm not a lazy person. I work my ass off to make money because I can't sit still. I got to constantly move. I got to be on my feet. I got to get my exercise. And it's a win-win situation if I'm working out and I'm getting paid to do that. Hey, I would love to just like run a marathon and get paid to just run, or whatever is physically exerting, whatever is like causing me to just like sweat and burn calories. Like if I get paid for that, hey, I don't mind. If I'm doing manual labor, if I'm slinging a jackhammer or a big heavy hammer or lifting lumber, whatever it may be, pulling conduit, bending conduit, lifting cables, you name it, carrying around HVAC systems, installing all these heavy, electrical equipment, mechanical equipment, you name it, it keeps me busy. That's all I like. I like to stay busy. And if I get paid for being busy, hey, it's a win-win. YouTube is fun. It could be a side income that helps pay for itself. And, I could be on the go. I could move around. I could walk. I can explore places. It keeps me in shape. Sitting down doing this live stream, I don't like sitting down. I am having issues with this right now, but I'm making this sacrifice for you guys. I'm making the sacrifice to sit down because all of you are amazing, and I need to share what's going on with you. So that's why I'm sitting here against my natural way. I'm like, I cannot sit still. I don't know if it's part of OCD or if it's part of autism, because I do believe that when I was a kid that I did have some level of autism and possibly ADHD. There were some things that I know, based on my life experiences and for, also in the field, caring for those who are autistic, because I have taken care of an autistic child in the past, through an organization that was backed by the local government called Medicaid. Well, they actually paid me, through a third party to provide services to autistic teenagers and kids of all ages. It was one of those things, I was into helping families. So, that was one of the things that I did to help. And I also worked in a nursing home and helped with the elderly and helped with the dietary needs of the elderly and helped entertain them, helped keep them company. And there's a lot of things that I've done, over the past on a more, I guess, level to help improve people's lives. You know what I mean? And so I've learned a lot about different people's cultures, and I've learned a lot about the obstacles that people have in their lives, the challenges and the blessings that they have, because some things that some people call a disadvantage or a challenge, for other people it's a blessing. It's a newfound, it's like it's an ability. Instead of calling it a disability, it's called an ability. It's almost like sometimes when we have something that's unique about us, that's special, that some people may put a label onto it, which, sometimes gets the wrong kind of vibe. It usually means that sometimes that person ends up being like the most intelligent, most creative, most, like very smart person. I've had autistic kids in my care in the past, prior to the I guess during and pretty much before and during the beginning of the pandemic, when everything just went haywire. And it's amazing the amount of details that one will focus in on. The little things that get unnoticed by many people get noticed by one who has autism. I've noticed it's more of a social thing than an intelligence thing. It's more about verbalizing your feelings and emotions and connecting on a social level. It's a different thing, but the level of intelligence, it's incredible. It's almost like there's a high concentration, I guess, without the other elements that usually distract us socially in a world that we engage with the people. Sometimes we're able to hone in on other things that normally would be more of a, I guess, broad spectrum, more of a wide variety of things, but we kind of can concentrate our energies and knowledge and our mind into something and be so, I guess, fixated on something and you really, it's almost like concentration of knowledge and power in the mind and just putting all that power into one thing. And you know how it is, like, you know, if you can concentrate all of that energy, that knowledge into something, it's like unbeatable. It really is. I don't know. It's just, I see that. I've saw that in the past. I've learned a lot being around people, and I've helped people in the medical situations. You know, I've been very medical knowledgeable for many years. I've done a lot of extensive research, and you know, I've been into healthy eating. You know, just people have certain health situations or certain emergencies that unfold. I'm able to take control and help them through those situations. And you know, it's kind of like an instinctive part of me. You know, like it's just like, hey, I got your back, kind of thing. And you learn a lot being around different people. You learn a lot being in different professions. And so I've learned a lot, and I like to be able to share part of my life on YouTube. And I feel like I've held back for so many years that some of you don't really even know much about who I am, other than just some crazy guy running around. What house that he had was considered to be haunted, right? Like, what's up with this guy? But so many things have changed over the years, and there's a lot of things that I just haven't brought to the YouTube side. Patsy, how you doing? It's amazing to have you out here. My oldest is autistic and extremely smart. Absolutely there, Tina. Absolutely. You know, it's, you know, you got Asperger's, you got autism, you got different levels of the spectrum. You know, there's so many different, you know, it's not a one size fits all when it comes to autism. There's different spectrums of everything. Like there's this different spectrum of light, you know, you're on a different scale here and there. It's all, everybody's unique to themselves, you know, and that's just how that is, really. But yeah, I worked with some really amazing families, you know, really great people. It makes you just cherish life more, you know. You get to see people who appreciate the things that a lot of people just kind of take for, take for granted. Yeah. And I don't like when anyone uses the word retard. Yeah, you know, it sucks when people use those kind of words. You know, I was in special ed when I was a young kid. Which is why I have a soft spot in my heart for children who have been through those struggles socially, because, you know, they're labeled a certain way by kids. You know, I was picked on in school. I was called Ronald McDonald a clown. I was called names, you know. Then I was in special classes, special ed. So, you know, that only just gave them more stuff to, you know, to throw at me, you know. So it was a challenging part of my life. But what didn't really knock me down made me stronger, really. So over time, I learned to just, you know, be who I am and be proud of it, you know. But anyway, I got to get out of here. All of you guys are amazing. Hope you take care. My support group is the Cancer Journey Support Group. There you go. It's great to be part of a great organization, great support group. And, you know, when we know we're doing something good to contribute to the society, to people, to families, those in need, it just makes us feel good. It makes us sleep better, you know. Absolutely, Bobby. Ditto. Here, different opportunities have taught so much and very rewarding. Yes, yes, JD. It's amazing. Like I said, I've been through so many professions, but every profession I've been through has been very rewarding. Except for there's a couple where it was kind of in between jobs where it was just like just to make some money. But the stuff that I had a passion for, I learned so much from it, and it really shaped me in a way because you learn a lot. It kind of incorporates into your personality, and it changes you in some way. But yeah, I got to get out of here. This is the longest freaking ass-winded goodbye ever. It's kind of like at the airport and the plane gets delayed, so you're like, bye, and your flight's delayed, so now it's like forever goodbye. You know. But thank you so much, Andy. Patsy, good. I'm glad you got them out of there. They're just haters trying to destroy somebody's life. It's crazy. I got security footage from outside and all that because hey, like in the contract, I was able to access outside. It's not like there was no indoor cameras that were part of the contract. It was like I had access to, I had rights to access the exterior cameras facing outside at any given time, especially if there's any motion notifications that concern me, especially certain times of night when there shouldn't be any. Just me that was being very, very protective of my privacy and my property, or protective of their privacy and protective of my property. It's not like I was like watching everything. Only things that concerned me, things that were unusual timing for certain things to happen. Or if there was something that was told to me by my friend who happened to like drive through and they said they saw this and they were concerned, and then I was like, okay, let me check the footage and see what the hell happened. Other than that, it's not like I'm sitting there watching my phone 24/7. Oh, what are they doing now? Are they pulling in the driveway? Oh, where are they going? No, that's not me. Like I said, it was in the contract, so I had rights to do that. But other than that, I got to get out of here. You guys are amazing. Take care and be safe. And this stream